Live from Edward T. Berry Ice Rink on the campus of UMass Boston for the 15th annual Boston Codfish Bowl featuring the Colby College Mules taking on the UMass Boston Beacons. Good afternoon, everybody. Andrew Bluestein here along with you, flying solo for today on the Beacons Broadcast Network, brought to you by LittleEast.tv. Well, 15th annual Boston Codfish Bowl. We had a thriller in the first game. Bowdoin took down Nazareth 2-1 in overtime. So Bowdoin will move on to play tomorrow, and the winner of this game will face them tomorrow afternoon. And UMass Boston coming off a big overtime win, 2-1 against William Smith College. So they like to keep things rolling here. Colby College out of the NESCAC has only played one game so far this season, still trying to get their skates on them. They do have a 7-2 win over Southern Maine, and they certainly took it to them in that one. But let's look at some season statistics between these two teams here tonight, or this afternoon rather. As you see, goals per game, Beacons coming in at 1.60. As you can see, these stats are going to be a little skewed on Colby's part because they've only played one game. 3 goals per game, 3-10 allowed for the Beacons to 1.30 for the Mules. Beacons have yet to score on the power play this year. They've had chances, but something they want to put emphasis on with more success. Colby scored 2 power play goals in their victory over Southern Maine, coming in at 25.7%. PK for the Beacons looking pretty solid at 87.5% to Colby's 90.5% on the PK. Shots per game, Beacons averaging just under 24 and 34 for the Mules. Penalty minutes per game, a little high there for the Beacons at 10 minutes, 30 seconds, and 6.60 for the Mules. Let's look at our matchup to watch for this afternoon. First, Meg Rittenhouse, 12 goals, 11 assists, 4 points, plus 14. That's last season. She did score 2 goals in Colby's opening game against Southern Maine, so keep an eye on her tonight. And Allie Rafer coming in with 2 goals, no assists, 2 points, -1, but she did score in the last game, that overtime win, as I mentioned, over William Smith. And now let's take a sneak peek at the Beaks weekend games here, as women's basketball against Clark at 11 a.m. And men's ice hockey's at Colby today, 4 p.m. puck drop. Men's basketball versus Leslie tonight, 7:30 p.m. And tomorrow we have women's ice hockey versus Nazareth or Bowdoin, depending on what happens. We mentioned Bowdoin won the first game of the Codfish Bowl in overtime over Nazareth, so we'll have to wait and see after the results of this game. And then men's ice hockey's at Bowdoin tomorrow at 4 p.m. All right, let's take a look around the New England Hockey Conference today, as we have Elmira versus Middlebury at SUNY Plattsburgh. That's 6 p.m. That's tomorrow, and then Elmira will play the winner of that Middlebury-SUNY Plattsburgh game, as Salem State will take on Trinity at 6 p.m. And with that, we're going to step aside for a quick break, and we'll be right back to drop the puck here on the Beacons Broadcast Network.
The 5-campus UMass system is the university that educates the workforce of Massachusetts.
I believe sportsmanship is it's a mutual admiration and respect for your fellow competitors. We all go through a lot to reach the point where we compete against one another. It's important to realize that. So once we're finally on the field or on the court or on the starting block, we look at each other as fellow human beings and not just competitors. Being able to recognize the hard work that other athletes are putting in creates a more positive and inclusive environment.
Comprehensive learning is being able to adapt to experiences and apply the things that I learned. Being an athlete and juggling academics helped me grow as a person, and things that I've learned, I was able to apply it in another field, putting them into everyday life. Developing comprehensive learning helped me prioritize certain things to make sure I get to where I want to be.
Paris changed my life, and I got there through UMass. Those very specific seminal moments in Paris, the subway. A man in a tuxedo walked in, and a woman in a long gown. And it was stunning. It all hit me. It was like a lightning bolt. There was this world of beauty and style that I wanted to be a part of. That was the beginning of the journey. And that all came through the University of Massachusetts. And that was really a key moment for me. That's one of those moments you never forget.
The University of Massachusetts, Boston. It's just minutes from downtown, and the Princeton Review calls it one of the best values in the country. A nationally recognized institution of academic excellence and research, UMass Boston offers more than 150 undergraduate and graduate programs, 16 Division III sports, and more than 100 student organizations. To learn more about the opportunities waiting for you at UMass Boston, visit in person or online. UMass Boston, a research university with a teaching soul.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins. Not the shiny nail-biting kind. These are the last a lifetime kind.
And welcome back inside Edward T. Berry Ice Rink, 15th annual Codfish Bowl, as we look at our our head coaching matchups for tonight. As coming in her 5th season, Holly Ting for the Colby College Mules, and for the UMass Boston Beacons in her 2nd season is Danielle Blanchard. As there you see Holly Ting on the bench for the Mules, 7th season. See a record there, 16-6-1 last season, and reached the NCAA quarterfinals. And for the Beacons, Danielle Blanchard in her 2nd season, 7 national champions, 2 as a player, 5 as an assistant coach. So be ready for her tactics here tonight, as we also look at our keys to the game for tonight's matchup. Got to play lockdown defense against the Colby team. Scored 7 goals in their first game of the season. Got to start an offense attack. Want to establish a forecheck, get the puck in deep, and then free physical play. Obviously, there's no checking in women's hockey, but you want to be able to use your body, shield the puck, and win space out there. And those are your keys to the game, as both teams will step to the blue line, and we'll step aside briefly here for the national anthem.
Something I discovered in myself is that if I have a goal, I can accomplish it.
It's a well-rounded experience.
At a Division III school, you primarily a student athlete, so the school is really shaped around you developing yourself as a complete individual.
It helps a lot that you have a family with your team that can guide you.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well, but it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that, and it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
Being a part of the different activities.
Let's take a look at tonight's starting goaltenders. First, for the visiting Colby College Mules, it's going to be Paige Bolliard, who comes in 1-0 with a 0.0 goals against average and a 1,000 even save percentage. She came in relief of Mandy Buskey in the first game for Colby and did not allow a goal, made 3 saves. She is out of Blue Ash, Ohio. For the UMass Boston Beacons, it's going to be Victoria Kennedy, coming in with a 2-3 record, a 3.43 goals against average, and a .903 save percentage. She is out of Winthrop, Massachusetts. Well, we're about to get set here for some afternoon hockey. We mentioned it is the 15th annual UMass Boston Codfish Bowl, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, Division III college hockey tournament in the country, as we're underway here from Boston. Colby controls it. Kappa brings it in, throws it towards the middle as puck deflects into the near side corner. Jumping on it is Boyd. Now it's reversed back the other way on the near side to Kozic. Kozic tries to move it up through the neutral zone. Goes right on the stick, though, of Michard Nolan, sent back the other way. Boyd to collect. Has a back checker on her. Plays it up the near side boards. Now into the corner. Kozic plays that one off the kick blade. Goes to the far side. Being battled for there. Stephanie Lane battling there, but the Beacons take control. That's Buddington. Behind the net, goes back to Boyd, D to D. They move it up. Liz Cramp gets it as far as center, and she gets tripped up. No call, though. Back the other way as that pass is intercepted by Maggio. Maggio back with it. Goes D to D to Shantz. Shantz plays it up for Wilbert. She chips it in behind the net. Back to collect, though, is Michard Nolan. Being battled for as that one's sent through the middle. Goes just under the stick there of Hannah McDougall, back behind the net. Maggio takes a spill there behind the net. But here come the Beacons back the other way. Battling there was Wilbert. Gets in, but right on to the stick of Maddie Brown, sent back the other way. Here comes Wick. Goes to the far side. Mazzico tries to center it, goes off a skate in front, and that one goes to the near side corner. That one sending down the wall. Coming out with it there. Sheriff tries to throw it towards the middle, back to the neutral zone, back all the way down as Maddie Brown back to get it. She banks it off the boards. Intercepted, though. Here comes Crapaldi. Tries to throw it, hit the ref in the face there. Looks to be okay. It took a weird bounce. Now the puck goes behind the net, chipped off the high glass. Colby looking to break out the other way. That one's too far ahead of Shires. That one's back the other way. Another chance here for the Beacons as trying to thread the needle through the middle was Wilbert there, but puck hit a skate. Now back the other way. It's a race for it. Goes in the corner. Butters was there. Now centering pass and a nice save there by Kennedy. I think she got the paddle on it. Now a puck back the other way, back into the neutral zone. Kappa gives it to Alex Thomas. That one goes through center. Picked up by Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse waits, shoots. That one might have hit Butters' blade of her stick as it goes off the backboards. Colby looks to stay with it. That puck explodes off of Thomas's stick, back the other way. Kennedy chips it off the kick blade right in front of the penalty boxes. Now another chance. Backhand. That one goes wide off the stick of Kennedy. Kennedy stays with it. Gets it out to the point. That shot deflects in on Kennedy. She sticks it away. That one behind the net. Shipped up. As the Beacons now look to break out. That pass was broken up as it goes right in on Kennedy. She'll take a whistle as Gabby Shantz was trying to send things the other way, but the puck hit a body and ends up back in the Beacons defensive zone for a faceoff with 16:19 to go here in the first period. Faceoff to the right of Kennedy. Beacons win the draw. That one's chipped off the glass by Shantz back to center. Judiskova picks it up out of Brno, Czech Republic. Beacons has a bad giveaway, chance in front, saved by Kennedy, another save by Kennedy, and they score. She made the initial save, and it went in on the ricochet, and Colby will go up 1-0 on the goal by Beth Simpson, the freshman, and I believe that is her first career goal as they keep the puck for her, and indeed it is. So it's the Mules who strike first. Just under 4 minutes into this contest. Not what the Beacons wanted. And Colby controls it once again off the faceoff, but nice job by the Beacons to get the puck back in, but once again controlling there. There's a big collision behind the net. Coming out with it, Gustafson battling in the corner. Now comes up to the point, a shot. That one gloved and held by Boiliard as the Beacons with an offensive zone faceoff. Claire Giuliano put that one on goal. Looked like it was going wide, but the netminder not taking any chances. There's a stalemate off the draw. Butters tries to throw one towards the goal, hits a body. Gustafson chips it in. Tattersall plays it to the far side, being battled for. Goes back to Tattersall. She'll move it over to Schreier. Schreier, puck kind of rolled off her stick at the blue line, which causes an offside. So the faceoff will be in the neutral zone. As both teams, again, this is a non-conference matchup. Colby controls the faceoff. Sendin puts that one in on Kennedy, and she will freeze it for a whistle. So the faceoff once again in the Beacon zone. 15 minutes even to go in this first period. Beth Simpson is the goal scorer for the Mules. That one's fired on goal as Kennedy gloves it and another whistle. As Maddie Ullman threw that one towards the net. As a false start off the draw. So Hansen and Rittenhouse on the faceoff. Rittenhouse able to win it. Back to the point. That shot gets blocked. Kozic tries to chip it out. Able to. Back the other way. Cramp with speed. Nice cut to the middle. Cramp in alone. But a nice job on the back check by Ullman as she bumps Cramp off the play. Hansen. There's a big collision there as Cramp goes hard to the ice. Back to her feet though. Now the puck on the near side. Kozic chips it off the glass. Back to center. As Sendin can't stay with it. Boyd banks that one off the boards. Gives it away though. Is back the other way come the Mules. Kennedy. Serpentine route behind the net. Gets closed off there by Wilbert. As Boyd now to collect behind the net. She reverses it for Maggio. She plays it up the far side boards, takes a bounce, and this will go down for an icing. So the face-off, as we're going to have a penalty here, it's going to be interference, so I believe the Beacons will go to the power play. And I think it was Katie Wilbert who drew the penalty. She was working hard on that icing, and Sophia Kennedy just kind of got in her way. So nice job there by the junior for the Beacons, drawing the penalty, and they'll go to the power play. So it's going to be Leonard on the faceoff. Leonard scored the OT winner in the Beacons' last win against William Smith, as that one sent all the way down the river, so the Beacons will have to regroup here. That one gets tied up in the officials' skates there momentarily, but Beacons able to move it back up the ice. And they'll regroup once again. Buddington with it, out of her own end, banks it off the boards, gets it to Reifler. Beacons had trouble getting it, and it's going to be played with a high stick. So break there for the Beacons, as Colby potentially had a short-handed opportunity back the other way, but instead the faceoff will be back all the way in the Colby College zone. Leonard once again on the faceoff. It's a stalemate, still being battled for, tied up inside the circle. Chipped down low in the far corner. That one sent all the way down the ice by Maddie Oman. Kennedy out to play it. Kennedy gets it to Leonard at the blue line. Leonard had a little trouble handling, able to stay with it. Now dancing behind the net is Shantz. Able to get it to McDougall with speed through the neutral zone. She enters, waits, tries to throw it towards the middle to Leonard, a little bit behind the play. Leonard able to get it off the boards though. Leonard back down low. Now Wilbert with it out top. Wilbert playing catch. Wilbert throws one towards the goal. That one goes just wide. And that one's fired all the way down the ice by Brown. And 30 seconds to go on the Beacons power play. Kozic, quick up pass. Hansen bringing it in. Cramp, nice move. She gets knocked down. Now in the corner, Wilbert gets it out top. Nice job by Boyd to keep it in. Approaching the final 15 of the power play. That puck's chipped out to center. Breakaway opportunity perhaps for Schreier back the other way. And a good job by Kozic to get back and disrupt that opportunity. So that will do it for the Beacons power play. As we're back to 5-a-side, Cramp tries to avoid Senden, who is coming out of the penalty box, as that one gets off of a skate back in on the netminder Boyard. Mules look to break out. That's chipped up ahead, but right onto the stick of Maggio. Maggio tries to get it through to Leonard on the near side boards. Maggio back with it. Goes D to D to Shantz. Shantz plays it up the boards. It hits Gustafson's stick. Senden now with it. Brings it in. Fires one on goal. That looks like they hit the cage there of Shantz, as puck now finds its way to the near side corner. Centering pass as Senden tries to throw in a goal. Saved by Kennedy. Puck still loose. And the Beacons able to get it out of harm's way momentarily. Can't get it out though. Janice Skova throws it towards the goal. Now another chance in front by Rittenhouse. That one just missed. Centering pass. That one gets sticked away as Leonard chips it into the corner. Colby doing a good job here on the forecheck. Maggio comes out with it behind her own net. Tries to hit Gustafson on the wing. Gustafson got a piece of it. No icing. She was still behind the red line, but the linesman opting not to call the icing. That one's chipped through the middle. Kang, almost an opportunity for Kennedy, but she got stonewalled out the blue line. Now another shot on goal. A little trouble for it was Kennedy there, but she's able to corral it and take a whistle. 10:22 to go here, opening period. Colby with the 1-0 lead. And so far, it's Colby who has had the favorable puck possession time, as directions from the official in the neutral zone. That is Marissa Perry. making the call there on the false start. Colby controls the draw. Shot on net. Nice save by Kennedy. The puck was loose on the doorstep. Beacon's able to clear it out, but still in the zone. Behind the net. Kennedy with it. Leaves it off. Tartarsall, that shot goes just wide over the glove side of Kennedy. As Kennedy stays with it, back to Tattersall. Goes D to over to Matty Brown. Shot goes just wide. Once again, good zone time here for Colby. Another shot by Tartarsall. Rebound. That one sent through the front of the net. As Colby forcing the issue here. Dominating in the Beacon zone. Beacon's able to control it though. The cramp takes a spill. Unlucky break there for the Beacons as Hansen chips that one back to center. And we have a whistle. And I believe it is going to be a hand pass. So the faceoff will come all the way down into the Mules defensive end. Faceoff will be to the right of Paige Bolyard. Be interesting to see what Colby does with their goalie situation here tonight, because they had Bolyard and Buskey both played in the opening game for them against Southern Maine. So both played about 29 minutes in their 7-2 win. Back the other way. Here comes Simpson. Now Kennedy enters. Shot gets blocked by Butters. Puck comes out loose. Boyd with it. Tries to play it ahead. She's able to. McDougall with speed. She flips that one in. Goes behind the net. Reifler tries to put that one a goal as Leonard tried to get it to the point. Wilbert is now back the other way as that one's flipped in by Sensen. That one's reversed off the boards by Butters, but only one there is Sensen. That one's thrown towards the goal. Hits a body. Now Thomas from the point. That shot goes wide. Goes out to the far side. McDougall jumps on it. The speedy McDougall through the neutral zone. Chips it in. She'll chase. And it's picked up, though, by Ullman. Now a stretch pass just out of the reach of Stephanie Lane. Good idea there by Thomas on the fly the zone pattern, but too far ahead, and it'll go back for icing with 8:17 to go. Face off to the right of Bolyard. Face off won there by Mazzacosa. But Beacon's momentarily controlled. Puck goes back to the corner behind the net. Thomas plays it up, looking for Sensen. That one shipped back behind the net. Thomas to retrieve it. Plays it over for Ullman. Lane battling there as puck comes out loose. Well, Beacon's had it momentarily, but lose it there as it's chipped back in. Mazzacosa plays it behind the net. Thomas tries to headman it up, able to get it through the middle, but puck goes. A chance hit for Mazzacosa on a breakaway. Hits the post. Puck comes out loose. As a tough break, Gabby Shantz losing an edge there, which led to that breakaway opportunity. As Colby stays with it on the attack. Studley swoops all the way to the top. Now walks in, shoots. That one's blocked by Gustafson. Puck tied up on the far side. Being battled for. Gustafson able to fish it out. Weighs it as far as the blue line. And that one's rifled through the middle as Leonard couldn't clear the zone. Sent back in by Janiskova. That one goes behind the net. Shantz tries to chip it up. Kozic does. 2-on-1 chance. Leonard and Kozic. Leonard has it, shoots, and a nice save there by Bolyard. Best opportunity of the afternoon so far for the Beacons. As Sydney Leonard, as we look at the breakaway opportunity there on the replay by Mazzacosa, and puck hit the post. And face-off now back in the Colby end. Rittenhouse able to win the face-off. That one's chipped off the glass. Puck being battled for right in the center circle. That one's chipped in on Kennedy as bungoed off of her blade momentarily, but she will opt to take a whistle. Both these teams, a lot of dump and chase from the neutral zone. The strategy seemingly for both coaches so far. And Wilbert and Kennedy on the faceoff. Kennedy able to win it. That played right onto the stick of Maggio. Maggio chips it ahead. Rifler was there, but it won't touch her stick, so it comes back to the Beacons end on an icing call. So, second line out there for the Beacons. Wilbert will take the face-off against Kennedy. Wilbert able to win it. Maggio plays it up the boards. That one's chipped out by Rifler. Goes right onto the stick, though, of Tattersall, as now swooping in is Kennedy. Kennedy looks to enter. Tries to throw in towards goal. Goes off the shin pad there of Giuliano, as that one finds its way back to the neutral zone. Nice move there by Maddie Brown. Now that one's thrown on goal right into the gut of Kennedy, and she will freeze it for a whistle. 5:40 to go, opening period. In this second game of the day in the 15th annual Codfish Bowl. I mentioned the top of the broadcast. Bowdoin won the first game over Nazareth in overtime, 2-1. A thriller there as the puck goes behind the net. Leonard tries to headman it out of her own end. Gets as far as center. That one's turned over. Cripaldi able to chip that in, but goes right onto the stick of Brown. Brown stays with it. Uses her defense partner there, Omen. Played through the middle. Heavy collision there as Masakasa goes down and a little slow to get up. Beacons look to press the attack with numbers back as Masakasa comes back and takes another hit and goes down. Tough shift for her as Kozic finds it. She sends it in. Brown back to get it. Kozic tries to heckle her on the back check. Or on the forecheck rather, as now dancing with it is Omen. Nice move out of her own end. The puck chipped to the neutral zone and rifled in by Sensen, and back to collect is Boyd. Boyd plays it up as Hansen had it and then lost it. Nice play there by Buddington, but the puck will ricochet out of play into the penalty bench of Colby, so the faceoff will be in the neutral zone right outside the Colby zone. Quick faceoff, Hansen able to win it. Hansen has been extremely good on faceoffs this season. That is why she is slotted as the #1 center on this Beacons team, as that one comes out to the point, chipped in by Rifler. That one's sent right back out though, high in the air, and this will not have enough juice on it for an icing. Buddington tried to play it across to Shantz, but it went past her. Rifler does a good job battling, comes back into the neutral zone. Studley goes D to Staten. Boyd chips it around. McDougal lost it, goes back behind the net. Boyd chips it off the kick blade. Not enough oomph on it there. Is McDougal able to rescue it as Wilbert tried to muscle her way through center ice. Puck finds its way back into the Colby end. Back to pick it up there is Janiskova. Nice move by Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse tries to flip it off of the boards, but ends up going into the Beacons bench for a whistle, so the face-off in the neutral zone with 3:09 to go. Fast-moving first period here. As the only goal coming from Beth Simpson, the freshman out of Elm Grove, Wisconsin. Her first career collegiate goal. Headmanning the puck there ahead was Michard Nolan, able to get it in, stays with it. Sends it down low as Leonard took a spill there. Now Maggio backhands it over to Shantz. Gustafson couldn't rescue it as that one's sent just wide by Rittenhouse. Now chipped up ahead but not out. Nice play there by Karpa to keep it in. Puck being battled for on the near side. Somebody takes a spill there. And I believe it was Reifler. And now back to get it as the Beacons look to exit the zone. Gustafson with it. That one's chipped ahead off the boards. Beacons will make a full change. Approaching the 2-minute mark here of this opening period. A bad giveaway. Kozic walks in and able to get a shot on net and couldn't collect the rebound. As another chance for the Beacons, but now a 2-on-1 chance the other way. Meku has Kennedy going to the net, looks for her, and a nice save there by Victoria Kennedy coming out at the top of her crease, and she makes another one. Now the puck finds itself into the corner here on the half wall. Now trying to center it as a nice save by Kennedy. She's been big here for the Beacons in this first period, making a number of key saves. Game could easily be 2 or 3-0 right now if not for her, as she makes another great one there on the chance by Sophia Kennedy on the centering pass. It was a nicely executed play by the Mules, but Victoria Kennedy up to the task. Another chance down low. Puck still loose at the top of the crease. McDougall able to come out with it. She plays it out to center, but right back onto the stick of Tartarsol. As now Brown tried to play it through the middle, got deflected. Lane goes back to Tartarsol. Wilbert able to get her stick on that, disrupting it. Shantz chips it up the near side half wall. Reifler now battling there with Sensen. That one's sent out cross ice. Final minute here of this first period. Back to collect it is Brown. Tries to get it to Mazzacosa, who took a few big spills in a couple of shifts ago as they get it in. Mazzacosa tries to maneuver her way towards the face-off dot. Now Brown with it at the point. Plays it down low looking for Studley. Puck goes under her blade as McDougall tries to chip it up. Working against Tartarsol, now back behind the net. Lane throws it in front. Great opportunity. Studley got a piece of it, but it went wide of the net. Final 20 of the period. Boyd will swoop in there to collect it. Beacons having a tough time breaking out of their own end as they finally are able to, but Hansen rifles that one into the bench, so the faceoff will stay in the Beacon zone. 11.5 to go here in the opening period. It just seems as if Colby has tilted the ice a little bit. They've done a very good job of setting up shop, establishing a forecheck in the Beacons zone in this first period. As that one goes in on goal, Kennedy will shove it ahead. Kozic chips it lightly out to center. And that one goes to the far side. One more chance perhaps. Nope, that will do it for the first period. And it is the Colby College Mules in just their second game of the season who will go to the break with a 1-0 lead. Well, a little bit of a slow start for the Beacons. They had a few opportunities, including a 2-on-1 chance. And that was about it, as kind of want to see them maybe establish a little bit more of an offensive mindset going into the second period. But with that, we'll step aside here and we'll be right back to go over the first period scoring summary and statistics. Once again, it is the Colby College Mules leading the UMass Boston Beacons by a score of 1-0 after the first period. Andrew Bluestein here with you on the Beacons Broadcast Network, and we'll be right back to go over those stats and scoring summary.
I'm the first undergraduate alumnus to lead this university. I'm very proud of that. I was literally able to transform my life because of the University of Massachusetts, and I want that for every single student that walks through the door.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
I did receive a non-athletic scholarship upon entering school.
I got the presidential scholarship, which was huge for me.
I think there's more opportunities for academic scholarships in Division III.
I did receive academic scholarships. Just being involved on campus, being a leader, all those things combined kind of get me recognized. It's a great experience for me.
Cheer for the stumbles. The he should have had that's. And the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There, you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
The University of Massachusetts Boston, with its scenic oceanfront campus, easily accessible to downtown Boston, is recognized as a model of excellence for urban public universities. 16 NCAA Division III sports are part of the more than 100 student organizations that create an engaging campus life in America's biggest and best college town. UMass Boston, Boston's urban public research university for the 21st century.
Division III allows you to give yourself to other things.
Having that free time allows me to pursue the things that I want to pursue.
Division III in athletics affords students the opportunity to, engage in the other interests in their campus and in their lives outside of that sport.
It allows you to just be able to do everything you want to do. I wouldn't change it for the world.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and I know how powerful words can be. The term gay doesn't mean stupid, lame, or less than.
So I pledge to speak up if I hear the term gay used in a derogatory way or any other homophobic terms.
If you can play in Division III.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and my teammates unconditionally accepted me as part of their family. So now I pledge to do the same for others. If you can play in Division III.
What separates UMass Boston from other schools is the fact that a large percentage of students commute. For me, it takes 2 hours each day to go to and from school, but every second has been worth it because the students that come here are serious about learning, they value their education, and understand where it'll take them in the future. This is what UMass Boston means to me.
Moving from Turkey, it was a rough journey for me because when you don't really speak the language that well and when you don't really fit in the crowd, it's very easy to disappear. But I decided not to give up, and UMass helped me.
UMass Boston was my first choice because when I came to the campus, I saw that there was a lot of diversity, there's a lot of people. Here there's a lot of international students, so it's really cool to meet people from different countries, different parts of the world. I'm Julia Murphy, I'm from Canton, Massachusetts.
I'm Olivia Murphy, I'm from Canton, Massachusetts.
We're sisters.
We're sisters.
I play volleyball and she plays basketball. Here they have a freshman success community. So each major has their own community that you can join as a freshman, and you take classes with them, you do study groups with them. So it was really helpful getting to know people in your major right away.
So in health exercise sciences, we have an internship at the end where it's so much better to have an advisor helping you out, telling you which classes to choose.
People at UMass Boston, they're here because they know they can have an impact.
not just on research, but on people, on their students.
This is just a starting point. It only has potential to grow, and it has a big potential to grow up.
You're really having a direct impact on people's lives, and you can see that now, and you can see that years from now.
So I think it's becoming like a place that people want to go.
What UMass Boston is able to offer to its young people certainly stands out to that mission that was set right out in the beginning. It's something UMass Boston should be and can be very proud about.
Welcome back inside Edward T. Berry Ice Rink. Andrew Bluestein here with you on this Saturday afternoon. Game 2 of the day for the Boston Codfish Bowl. It is the Colby College Mules leading the UMass Boston Beacons by a score of 1-0 in the first intermission. Let's take a look at the scoring summary from the first period as Colby gets the goal from Simpson. That is her first career collegiate goal. Beth Simpson, first of the season, just the second game for the Mules in this season. And now let's take a look at some first period statistics. As shots on goal, Beacons vastly outshot 11-2. Didn't generate much offense. Had a couple of good chances, including a 2-on-1. 10 saves for Kennedy in that period. She was spectacular, keeping the Beacons in this game. Face-offs dominated by the Mules. They have the 15 of the 20, as the Beacons have the 5. Power plays, the only opportunity was to the Beacons, and they were 0 for 1. It does say on the graphic that the Mules had the power play, but it was in fact the Beacons, and penalty going to the Mules. And that's where we stand right now here at the end of 1. Once again, Colby leading UMass Boston 1-0. Andrew Bluestein here with you, and we'll be back for second period coverage on the Beacons Broadcast Network.
Passion's love. Passion is love for what you do. Because I think when you face challenges, it comes down to how much you want it and how much you love it. Passion is what keeps you going forward. Seeing so many people that were like-minded and so hardworking in their sport and academics, being surrounded by like-minded people makes you want to be more passionate. I think it pushes you to a different level that maybe you didn't think you had, and you can do the best of both worlds and love all of it.
Proportion to me is the lived experience of our Division III student athletes. They balance life from an academic perspective and the rigors of competing at a high level, bonding with teammates and building lifelong friendships. But they also are involved in their communities. They work jobs and internships and volunteer. They've learned to be resilient. Diverse experiences are setting them up for the future.
Passion's love.
Proportion to me is the lived experience of our Division III student athletes. They balance life from an academic perspective and the rigors of competing at a high level, bonding with teammates and building lifelong friendships. But they also are involved in their communities. They work jobs and internships and volunteer. They've learned to be resilient. Diverse experiences are setting them up for the future.
5-campus UMass system is the university that educates the workforce of Massachusetts. We recognize that we are truly here for a reason, and that recognition inspires us and drives us every single day.
Responsibility is being accountable for your words and actions, first and foremost. It also is an obligation to be a positive influence in the communities around you. Being in a D3 program, you're going to have lots of different opportunities. You're not just an athlete, you're also involved in student life. Your academics are extremely important. We give a lot of our student athletes responsibilities right from the start by giving them leadership opportunities, by having them engage in the community, be a positive influence. That's being a responsible person.
I believe sportsmanship is it's a mutual admiration and respect for your fellow competitors. We all go through a lot to reach the point where we compete against one another. It's important to realize that. So once we're finally on the field or on the court or on the starting block, we look at each other as fellow human beings and not just competitors. Being able to recognize the hard work that other athletes are putting in creates a more positive and inclusive environment.
Comprehensive learning is being able to adapt to experiences and apply the things that I learned. Being an athlete and juggling academics helped me grow as a person, and things that I've learned, I was able to apply it in another field, putting them into everyday life. Developing comprehensive learning helped me prioritize certain things to make sure I get to where I want to be.
Paris changed my life, and I got there through UMass. Those very specific seminal moments in Paris, the subway. A man in a tuxedo walked in, and a woman in a long gown, and it was stunning. It all hit me. It was like a lightning bolt. There was this world of beauty and style that I wanted to be a part of. That was the beginning of the journey, and that all came through the University of Massachusetts. And that was really a key moment for me. That's one of those moments you never forget.
The University of Massachusetts, Boston. It's just minutes from downtown, and the Princeton Review calls it one of the best values in the country. A nationally recognized institution of academic excellence and research, UMass Boston offers more than 150 undergraduate and graduate programs, 16 Division III sports, and more than 100 student organizations. To learn more about the opportunities waiting for you at UMass Boston, visit in person or online. UMass Boston, a research university with a teaching soul.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins. Not the shiny, nail-biting kind. These are the last a lifetime kind.
Something I discovered in myself is that if I have a goal, I can accomplish it.
It's a well-rounded experience.
At a Division III school, you primarily a student athlete, so the school is really shaped around you developing yourself as a complete individual.
It helps a lot that you have a family with your team that can guide you.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well, but it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that, and it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
And welcome back inside Edward T. Berry Ice Rink on the campus of UMass Boston. It is the 15th annual Boston Codfish Bowl. as Colby leads UMass by a score of 1-0 heading into the second period. And the Beacons not much doing offensively in that first period, just 2 shots on goal. They did have a high danger scoring chance on a 2-on-1 opportunity. As that was about it though, as the Mules dominated the offensive zone time and really established a strong forecheck in that period. As both teams lined up here for second period action is Hansen and Rittenhouse on the face-off to start things in this second frame. As the buzzer goes and the clock will reset to 20. Get the signal from the linesman, and we're underway for second period action. Beacons control, that's dumped in by Boyd around the kick blade. As the puck being battled for there. Goes back behind the net. Carter Saul played it all the way around. That one chipped out. Back to get it. There's Buddington. She takes it behind her own net. Now reverses it for Boyd. Mia Boyd. Puck slides off her stick on this frictionless ice surface. Chance the other way. Hansen trying to maneuver around Karpa, but a nice job there positionally by Karpa to shield the puck. As that one sent right back in behind the net. Boyd sends it around the kick blade for Cramp. That one goes a little bit too far ahead of her, but Kozic able to chip it in, but goes right on to the stick of Lane. Lane past the red line. Looks to enter, but offside as Holman, the defenseman, joining the rush a little bit too far ahead of the play, so the face-off in the neutral zone just a minute into this second period. Well, gotta see, and looks like the Beacons are gonna be shorthanded here. Didn't see what the call was, but Liz Cramp is in the penalty box. I'm assuming it's gonna be interference due to the situation entering the zone. So first power play opportunity here for Colby. They scored 2 in their first game of the season against Southern Maine. Stanton goes over to Shire. Now Studley with it. Back to Stanton. To Shire. Shire out top. Have an umbrella. Nice play there by Kozic to disrupt the pass. Got a stick on it. And back to the neutral zone as the Mules will regroup. Studley handles the pass from Stanton in her skate. Stanton goes across the ice. Looking for Shire. That one's spanked off the boards and sent in by Wilbert. Nice job so far by the penalty killers of the Beacons. Colby having a tough time breaking out of their own end. Now they do. Studley through the neutral zone, brings it in. Gets around Maggio. Studley takes it around the net. Goes all the way around the offensive zone. Stays with it. Does it again. Now to the circle. Centering pass. Nice play there though by Hansen. Couldn't get it out. Shot from the point by Stanton is smothered by Kennedy for a whistle. So Victoria Kennedy staying hot. Had a great first period. 11 saves in that first frame. Hansen. There's a stalemate off the draw. Hansen takes a spill. Puck down low, Rittenhouse. Try and maneuver, gets it out top. Usher Nolan now back to her at the top of the middle as that pass doesn't connect through the middle. May have been a shot attempt, but puck did not get to the front of the net. Now back to the point. Now Rittenhouse with it. To Mishard Nolan. Cardasol walks in, a shot. Another nice save there by Kennedy. Puck goes behind the net. Reversed to the far side to Rittenhouse. She dances with it. Plays it down low. Centering pass. And that one was disrupted, I believe, by Maggio, who got a stick on it in front of the net. Karpa behind the net. That'll do it for the power play, so the Beacons able to kill it off. Now they just have to get out of the vulnerable minute here as they have some tired penalty killers out there. McDougall First to the puck, but explodes off her stick. Colby stays with it down low. Karpa, centering pass, looking for Rittenhouse. And a nice job by Maggio. Another shot on goal is stick to the corner by Kennedy. Rittenhouse couldn't maneuver through there, and sending it the length of the rink is Hansen, and it'll be an icing, but that'll take the load off at least for a few seconds here for the Beacons, who find themselves trapped in their own end, fresh off of just killing a penalty. But that's important. That's where you gain momentum in this game, is killing penalties is a good way to do that, build on something, and there's a chance off the face-off as that one's gloved by Kennedy. And another chance, shot from the point. That one's smothered by Kennedy, but as I was saying, as now the Beacons are able to change up, you try to find ways to build momentum throughout a hockey game. Killing a penalty is one of those ways, and the Beacons did a solid job on that penalty killing situation, as they made it hard for Colby to break out of their own end, and when they did, they protected the front of the net well. Butters plays it to Boyd. Boyd chips it up off the boards. Kozic chips it out, 2-on-1 chance here. Leonard with cramp, but a nice play on the back check by Stanton, or rather that was Ullman, and she comes out with it. Ullman chips it off the boards. Got bumped by Cramp. She goes hard to the ice. Cramp battling with it, stays with it, works it towards the hash marks. Now goes to the far side. Tried to bank it off the boards to Butters, but the geometry did not work on that as that puck gets chipped in. Boyd does not win the race. They wave it off the icing. Leonard jumps on the loose puck. Plays it to Kozic. She had space. The puck exploded off her skates. If she caught that pass, she would have been off to the races, possibly a 2-on-1. Just one skater to beat. Now back the other way. That one's chipped in by Brown on Kennedy, and she will cover it for a whistle. Well, so far the Beacons with one shot in this period. Had a couple of good opportunities on that last shift. Colby able to win the draw as Shantz chipped it out. Another 2-on-1 opportunity. Going to the net. Reifler lost it. Nice defensive play there by Thomas as Reifler had Wilbert going to the net on the other side. Lane chips that one ahead. Back to get it to Shantz behind her own net. Tries to play it through to McDougal. Was able to. McDougal lost it, but now it comes loose. Pass try there from Reifler. Went under the stick of Wilbert. Now back the other way. McDougal tries to chip it up. That one guts back to the neutral zone. Stanton goes D to D to Thomas. Now back to Stanton. That one's chipped in. Rides the kick blade. Swooping in there is Buddington for the Beacons to collect. Tried to hit McDougal on the outlet pass, but it goes under her stick as now controlling it is Bree Marchand Nolan. Now entering the zone was Studley, but Colby was offside, so the face-off in the neutral zone in front of the Mules bench. 14:08 to go here in the second period. A little bit more even than we saw in the first period. It was Colby who dominated with possession time and offensive zone times. That one sent all the way into the Colby zone, no icing. That one's reversed to Studley on the far side. She exits the zone, looks to break out through center ice. That one gets chipped in. Beacons try to rescue it, but Colby maintains it. Shot from the point, deflected up high, and somehow that one went through. Not sure if Kennedy got her glove on it, hit something in front, as that one sent back to the neutral zone. Colby tries to break out. Studley gets it to Schreier. Schreier dumps it in. Kennedy swoops in, and Maggio the first to that puck. She reverses it back behind the net to Giuliano. Giuliano tries to play it up the boards as it hopped over the stick of Crepaldi, and that one goes all the way back in on the Colby netminder full yard as now Colby looks to break out. Studley gets it to Rittenhouse with speed. She chips it off the boards as now retrieves it, as sliding into the boards there was Crepaldi. Nice job by Cramp, able to win the battle momentarily, couldn't get it out. Now a shot by Tartarsall from the point. That one's sticked away and then covered on the rebound by Kennedy. So a little bit more pace as well here in this second period. Teams going up and down the ice in this Boston Codfish Bowl game, 15th annual for the women's. The men's Codfish has been going on for quite longer, 56 years, and it is the Beacons men's team who has the most at 6 tournament wins. Now Tartarsall looks to break out, chips it past Cramp. Mia Boyd gets to retrieve the puck, and we're going to have a penalty here, and it's going to be interference. So Colby will go back to the power play as they're going to get Cramp on the interference down in that near side corner. So Liz Cramp, the sophomore out of Farmington Hills, Michigan, will take a seat for 2 minutes. At least that's what the Beacons hope for. As Wilbert on the faceoff again, Mazzacosa has took a funky bounce and Colby's able to corral it. Studley out at the point. Goes over to Stanton. Stanton dancing with it back towards the middle. Rides the blue line. Studley cross-ice pass looking for Kennedy. Back door. She whipped on the chance there as Colby regathers. Across the ice. Studley. Backdoor pass. That one rifled off the side of the goal. Wilbert picks up the loose puck. Tries to rifle it out, but a nice job by Studley to keep it in. Back across the ice. Another penalty coming up here against the Beacons, so it's going to be a 5-on-3 as it looks like Kennedy on the ice, very slow to get up, and with that the officials will blow the play dead as she is laboring on the ice. Did not see what happened. It was kind of away from where the puck was, and I am the only pair of eyes here on the broadcast team this afternoon. And we'll step aside for a quick break here on the Beacons Broadcast Network. And welcome back here at Edward T. Berry Ice Rink as Sophia Kennedy goes off with an injury. Hope the best for her. Took a spill in front, but drew a penalty in the process, and it's going to be a 5-on-3 for 1:09. And I guess it's a 5-minute major, so not an ideal situation here for the Beacons, as it's going to be 5-on-3 for 1:06, and the Mules can score at will here with this 5-minute major. Rittenhouse with it, moves it down low, shot on goal, saved by Kennedy, and she's able to snare the rebound, and Kennedy takes a shot at Stenson after the whistle as she was hacking away there at the loose puck. Kennedy able to find it. So some frustration brewing for the Beacons. Colby able to control the draw, but a miscommunication as Rittenhouse trying to get it at the point, but Michard Nolan was going to the other side and there was nobody there. Michard Nolan stays with it though, brings it in the zone. Plenty of space out there for the Mules to work with. Tartarsall down low, a shot, saved by Kennedy. Puck still loose in the crease, and she's able to tie up the rebound, lying on her back. What an effort so far here by Victoria Kennedy, who is keeping the Beacons in this game, as the shots are now 19-4 in favor of Colby. As Kosic able to win the faceoff, but the Mules control. Rittenhouse to Richard Nolan, back to Rittenhouse. She fires one, that one goes just wide. Rebound, oh, what a play there by Maggio, who slid over and prevented that one from going in, and the net came off. What a play by the sophomore, Melina Maggio, who is not in properly, or wasn't really in the best position, as she was kind of losing her balance, but was able to maneuver herself to get in front of that chance, and a terrific desperation play by the defenseman has marked that one down. 17 seconds left to go here on the 5-on-3. Stanton to Studley. Goes across the ice. That shot gets blocked. Lane trips it out to the point. Or rather, that's Massacasso. Now Studley walks in, shoots, save Kennedy, puck still loose, and a quick whistle as the official thought it was tied up, and she gives the my bad gesture to everybody out on the ice, as that puck was never tied up, so the Beacons catch a break. So that'll do it for the 5-on-3. The Beacons have taken care of that, but there's still 3:45 left to go on the major penalty. And that one's sent all the way down the river, so the Beacons penalty killers, a strong showing thus far here in this contest. Didn't have to kill any penalties in the first, but now this is the third of this second period. Butters hard on the back check there, and she put a body into Massacossa, who's taken a beating here tonight on the receiving end of a few big collisions, and now another one as Stanton out of the point. Gives it to Schreier. Stanton couldn't handle it, and McDougal almost had a chance the other way. Colby looks to regroup. Schreier brings it in the feet of Massacossa. Goes across the ice to Studley. Studley tries to center it. And that one's snipped out and sent all the way down by Hannah McDougal. 2:45 now left to go on the major penalty. As breaking out are the Mules. Studley brings it in down the near side wing. Takes it around behind the net. On a tour of the offensive zone. Studley with speed out top. Throws it down low. That one's deflected wide as Colby looks to regain their opportunity here. Now Stanton over. That shot by, as that one goes to the point. That one deflected up and out of play. That was Joe Tartasol on the shot. I had a hard time seeing the number on that opportunity, as 2:06 now to go on the major penalty. Face off to the right of Kennedy. Hansen able to win the draw from Rittenhouse. Tartasol makes a nice play at the blue line to glove it down and keep it in. Now behind the net. Karpa tried to thread the needle through the middle, but the pass was disrupted. Now Tartasol back to Michard Nolan. That shot blocked. Nice effort by Claire Giuliano to get in the way of that one. That shot goes high over the net. Now inside 2 minutes on this major penalty, as the puck being battled for in the corner. Mules come out with it. Tartasol to Nishard Nolan as she gets back on it at the blue line. Rittenhouse walks off the half wall, shoots. Another block there by Giuliano. Not out though. Shot rifled towards the goal, and another save by Kennedy, and she'll hold for a whistle. Solid puck movement on the power play by Colby, as now we have 1:08 to go on the penalty. So the Beacons doing what they need to do on the PK as of now. That one sent towards the goal and sent all the way out by Shantz That one back to the Colby end. Under a minute now to go on the power play. Nice job there by Liz Cramp on the forecheck. Now Kozic is in there as well. Beacons being aggressive here on the penalty kill. Cramp steals it, throws one towards goal. It got deflected and goes high over the net. Cramp stays with it, gets knocked down and draws a penalty. So for the second time tonight, Liz Cramp draws a penalty for the Beacons. And that was a great effort by Heron Kozic, forechecking aggressively, down one, and that will nullify the 5-minute major. So we're going to play 4-on-4 for 35 seconds, and then the Beacons will have their second power play opportunity of the evening. Leonard on the face-off as Mazzacosa able to win it from her. That one's sent all the way around the boards. Buddington collects, turns it over. Mazzacosa enters the zone. Mazzacosa, nice stop and go move, cuts the net. Another chance, great blocker saved by Kennedy. On the centering pass there as Mazzacosa had an opportunity, and it was Kennedy, who has been spectacular, coming up with another big save. As now the Beacons look to break out. Shantz with speed. As now the Beacons have a power play. They kill off the major with no goals. That was huge. Reifler wheels and turns one on goal, but Bolyard was ready for that one, and she was able to smother it. What we talked about earlier in the broadcast, killing penalties gives you momentum, and especially if it's a 5-minute major, that should give the Beacons plenty of momentum here, give them some confidence, as now they have a minute 13 left of power play time, as Hansen on the draw. Lane's able to win it. That one's played around by Ullman. Sent all the way down the river as Kennedy forgot that her team was on a power play, and I don't blame her after having to stand on her head again here in the second period, making a number of spectacular saves. As Boyd now with it, brings it in. Tries to cut towards the middle, gives it away as Lane tried to rifle that one, and it goes off the head of Cramp, and she is laboring, and she goes down as and she is not look good, and we're going to take a quick break here and step aside on the Beacons Broadcast Network.
being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division 3 has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school. It's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
I'm the first undergraduate alumnus to lead this university. I'm very proud of that. I was literally able to transform my life because of the University of Massachusetts, and I want that for every single student that walks through the door.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division 3.
I did receive a non-athletic scholarship upon entering school.
I got the presidential scholarship, which was huge for me.
I think there's more opportunities for academic scholarships in Division 3.
I did receive academic scholarships. Just being involved on campus, being a leader, all those things combined kind of get me recognized. It's a great experience for me.
Cheer for the stumbles. That he should have had that. And the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There, you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
University of Massachusetts Boston, with its scenic oceanfront campus life in America's biggest. The University of Massachusetts Boston, with its scenic oceanfront campus, easily accessible to downtown Boston, is recognized as a model of excellence for urban public universities. 16 NCAA Division III sports are part of the more than 100 student organizations that create an engaging campus life in America's biggest and best college town. UMass Boston, Boston's urban public research university for the 21st century.
Division 3 allows you to give yourself to other things.
Having that free time allows me to pursue the things that I want to pursue.
Division 3 athletics affords students the opportunity to, engage in the other interests in their campus and in their lives outside of that sport.
It allows you to just be able to do everything you want to do. I wouldn't change it for the world.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and I know how powerful words can be. The term gay doesn't mean stupid, lame, or less than.
So I pledge to speak up if I hear the term gay used in a derogatory way or any other homophobic terms.
If you can play in Division III.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and my teammates unconditionally accepted me as part of their family. So now I pledge to do the same for others. If you can play in Division III.
What separates UMass Boston from other schools is the fact that a large percentage of students commute. For me, it takes 2 hours each day to go to and from school, but every second has been worth it because the students that come here are serious about learning, they value their education, and understand where it'll take them in the future. This is what UMass Boston means to me.
Moving from Turkey, it was a rough journey for me because when you don't really speak the language that well and when you don't really fit in the crowd, it's very easy to disappear. But I decided not to give up, and UMass helped me.
UMass Boston was my first choice because when I came to the campus, I saw that there was a lot of diversity, there's a lot of people. Here there is a lot of international students, so it's really cool to meet people from different countries, different parts of the world. I'm Julia Murphy, I'm from Canton, Massachusetts.
I'm Olivia Murphy, I'm from Canton, Massachusetts.
We're sisters. I play volleyball and she plays basketball. Here they have a freshman success community. So each major has their own community that you can join as a freshman, and you take classes with them, you do study groups with them. So it was really helpful getting to know people in your major right away.
So in health exercise sciences, we have an internship at the end, so it's so much better to have like an advisor helping you out, like telling you which classes to choose.
People at UMass Boston, they're here because they know they can have an impact. Not just on research, but on people, on their students.
This is just a starting point. It only has potential to grow, and it has a big potential to grow up.
You're really having a direct impact on people's lives, and you can see that now, and you can see that years from now.
So I think it's becoming like a place that people want to go. What UMass Boston is able to offer to its young people certainly stands out to that mission that was set right out in the beginning. It's something UMass Boston should be and can be very proud about.
And welcome back inside Edward T. Berry Ice Rink, campus of UMass Boston. Well, we just had a bit of a scary moment on the ice as left winger Liz Cramp for the Beacons took a puck to the head area and had to be attended to. And she had received medical attention. She did give the thumbs up heading off to the locker room. So we hope she's okay. She appeared to be in good spirits, but never want to see that in a hockey game. So we wish the best to her as the Beacons still have 20 seconds left on the power play as that one goes back to center. And Cramp, who had played a great game up to that point, drew a couple of penalties, including the one that has the Beacons on the power play right now. But once again, we want to let everybody know at home that she seemed to be in good spirits after giving the thumbs up, she skated off under her own power as well. So always good to see. As the Beacons look to get one more opportunity off the rush as they get stonewalled on the zone entry there. Puck being battled for. Reifler hacking away there as that one comes back to center. That'll do it for the Beacons power plays. That one goes back behind the net. Karpa on the puck retrieval. Gets it to Rittenhouse. Puck bounces under her stick. 3-on-2 perhaps the other way. Here comes Leonard. Try to get it over to Kozic, and the puck explodes off her stick as the Beacons were in the middle of a change defensively as Maggio was the only one back, but Beacons did a good job. Now shot on net by Wilbert. That one's smothered by Bolliard for a whistle. 4:27 to go here in the second period. Colby still has a 1-0 lead on the goal from Beth Sissons that came back in the first period. First collegiate goal of her career for the freshman Sisson. Now back the other way. Schreier throws one towards the goal. It gets blocked on the attempted centering pass. Now Studley down low. Kennedy tries to tuck it from the far side post. Doesn't work. Beacons break out the other way. Wilbert brings it in. Tries to drop it for Kozic. Kozic chips it behind the net. Wilbert retrieves it. Tries to come out the other side. Wilbert tosses it back behind the net. Hit the referee. So fortunate bounce there for Colby, but Colby having a hard time getting it out. Wilbert steals. Goes to the front of the net. Gets pushed. Puck's loose. Picked up behind the net by Kozic. She chips it ahead to the far side, and it gets disrupted by Schreier. And now Tartarsall will take her time. It's Studley on the near side, and Kennedy will get it out back to center. That one's chipped back ahead, though. Beacons right back on the attack. As that one collected by Leonard on the far side. She stays with it. Backhands it around the kick blade, down low behind the net. Gustafson picked it up. Now a centering pass there. Nobody home, though, as Crepaldi tried to go. And now a shot from the point goes just wide. As Boyd stepped into it, that one gets blocked. Sent all the way around. Tied up there as Kennedy jumped on the loose puck. Now Brown has it. Back the other way, Studley. Chance there, and a nice glove save by Kennedy as Lane had a chance going to the net from the face-off circle. And once again, Victoria Kennedy in great position. As Hansen able to win the ensuing face-off, played around by Buddington. Goes to the other side, Reifler leaves it for Shantz. Shantz bats that one out of midair. Hansen through the middle, 2-on-1 opportunity. McDougall has Reifler, tries to center it, and getting a piece of it there was Bolliard, the netminder, getting her paddle and chipping it back the other way. Now through the neutral zone. Here comes Lane, who just had a great chance. Lane centers it. That one's sticked away by Kennedy. Now comes out to the point. Thomas a shot, doesn't get through. Now Shantz on the attack, finds McDougall. McDougall takes it to the outside. On the near side wing, now Buddington at the point will send it in behind the net. Thomas retrieves it. Leaves it off for Omen. Lane has some trouble with it, goes back behind the net to Thomas, the defenseman. Headmans it up, plays it high off the glass. Comes to Maggio. Maggio goes D to D to Giuliano. She chips it ahead. Wilbert. Nice move. Wilbert stays with it. Cuts to the net, gets knocked down. Puck's still loose. Picked up by Leonard. Leonard stays with it behind the net. Now takes it to the far side half wall. Gets it out to the point. Shot on net. Pad saved by Boyard. Puck still loose. Kozic couldn't find it. Maggio shoots. That one gets blocked by Omen. Back the other way. Nice job by Maggio to get back and disrupt a possible odd man rush for Colby the other way as they'll change up. Now the puck tied up in the final minute of the second period in the officials' circle. Now Leonard in the middle has Wilbert. Wilbert just a bit offside as she was maybe a few inches ahead on that with just 40 seconds to go in the second period. But I'll tell you what, the Beacons doing a much better job here in the second half of the second period. The chances, as it's always tough seeing a teammate like Cramp go down the way she did as Colby looks good, but it seems to have sparked something for the Beacons. Final 30 of the period. Karpa behind the net. Centers it. That one sent right through the crease by Janiskova. Back into the neutral zone. Janiskova chips it to Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse enters. Final 10. Throws one towards the goal. Goes wide off of a deflection. Now out muscling the player there was Hansen, and that will do it for the second period. So how we went into the first intermission is how we will go into the second intermission, with Colby leading 1-0. The only goal still coming from Beth Sisson by the freshman. That was her first career collegiate goal. But the Beacons did a great job in that second period. Penalty kill was strong. They had to kill off a major penalty, which was also a 5-on-3 for a minute 9. They killed off that and then saw one of their teammates, Liz Cramp, take a puck to the head, and she had to leave the game. She appears to be fine, gave the thumbs up going off, but it seems as if that kind of gave the Beacons a little bit of motivation, seeing one of their teammates go down like that, as they seem much more invested in the second half of that second period. But with that, we'll step aside briefly, as I just want to remind you that this second period was brought to you by McCourt Construction. And with that, we'll be back shortly to go over the statistics for the second period. I'm Andrew Bluestein here on the Beacons Broadcast Network. We'll be right back.
The University of Massachusetts Boston, with its scenic oceanfront campus, easily accessible to downtown Boston, is recognized as a model of excellence for urban public universities. 16 NCAA Division III sports are part of the more than 100 student organizations that create an engaging campus life in America's biggest and best college town. UMass Boston, Boston's urban public research university for the 21st century.
And welcome back here inside Edward T. Berry Ice Rink. Second intermission as we look at our second period stats. Once again, it's Colby College leading UMass Boston by a score of 1-0. As the shots, Colby all over the Beacons in that department, 20-4. As Victoria Kennedy has been spectacular in net for the Beacons, 20 saves. And this one, well, actually the shots are 31-6 in favor of Colby, as we now look at the face-offs as they're dominating in that department as well. Just about all the offense has been going Colby's way. They just haven't been able to bury some opportunities they've had because Kennedy's been so good in net. But we did see a bit of a pushback by the Beacons offensively in that second period, especially towards the end. They did a good job establishing a little bit of a forecheck, just weren't able to get as many chances as they wanted towards the front of the net. Power plays, the Beacons are 0 for 1, and Colby is now 0 for 3, including a 5-minute major that was also a 5-on-3 for 1:09, and the Beacons did a great job of killing that off. And that's where we stand here as we head into the third period. Once again, Andrew Bluestein here with you on this Saturday for the Boston Codfish Bowl. And we'll be right back shortly for third period action here on the Beacons Broadcast Network.
Division III allows you to give yourself to other things.
Having that free time allows me to pursue the things that I want to pursue.
Division III athletics affords students the opportunity to, engage in the other interests in their campus and in their lives outside of that sport.
It allows you to just be able to do everything you want to do. I wouldn't change it for the world.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and I know how powerful words can be. The term gay doesn't mean stupid, lame, or less than.
So I pledge to speak up if I hear the term gay used in a derogatory way or any other homophobic terms.
If you can play in Division III.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and my teammates unconditionally accepted me as part of their family. So now I pledge to do the same for others. If you can play in Division III.
What separates UMass Boston from other schools is the fact that a large percentage of students commute. For me, it takes 2 hours each day to go to and from school, but every second has been worth it because the students that come here are serious about learning, they value their education, and understand where it'll take them in the future. This is what UMass Boston means to me.
Moving from Turkey, it was a rough journey for me because when you don't really speak the language that well and when you don't really fit in the crowd, it's very easy to disappear. But I decided not to give up, and UMass helped me.
UMass Boston was my first choice because when I came to the campus, I saw that there was a lot of diversity. There's a lot of people. Here there's a lot of international students, so it's really cool to meet people from different countries, different parts of the world. I'm Julia Murphy. I'm from Canton, Massachusetts.
I'm Olivia Murphy. I'm from Canton, Massachusetts.
We're sisters. I play volleyball and she plays basketball. Here they have a freshman success community. So each major has their own community that you can join as a freshman, and you take classes with them, you do study groups with them. So it was really helpful getting to know people in your major right away.
So in health exercise sciences, we have an internship at the end, where it's so much better to have an advisor helping you out, telling you which classes to choose.
People at UMass Boston, they're here because they know they can have an impact. Not just on research, but on people, on their students.
This is just a starting point. It only has potential to grow, and it has a big potential to grow up.
You're really having a direct impact on people's lives, and you can see that now, and you can see that years from now.
So I think it's becoming like that place that people want to go. What UMass Boston is able to offer to its young people certainly stands up to that mission that was set right out in the beginning. It's something UMass Boston should be and can be very proud about.
Hey, welcome back here at Edward T. Berry Ice Rink, campus of UMass Boston. It's the Colby College Mules leading the UMass Boston Beacons by a score of 1-0 heading into the third period. But right now, let's take a look around the New England Hockey Conference. Elmira versus Middlebury. The winner of that game will play SUNY Plattsburgh at 6 p.m. tomorrow. Elmira will play the loser of that game, and then Salem State is at Trinity. That'll be a 6 p.m. puck drop. And now let's look at the upcoming schedule for the women's ice hockey team here at UMass Boston. So as we said, it is the 15th annual Codfish Bowl. So depending on what happens here this afternoon, if the Beacons can come out with a win, they will play Bowdoin, who won the first game of the Codfish Bowl today, defeating Nazareth in overtime. If the Beacons lose, they will play in a consolation game tomorrow against Nazareth. Times for those games to be determined. 12-2, December 2nd, they will be at Worcester State, non-conference game at 7:10 p.m. Then they'll be back home for another non-conference game on the 6th against Connecticut College. And then another game at home, non-conference, 4 p.m. against Middlebury, and then they will head into the winter break until December 31st. So that's what's going on for women's hockey here at UMass Boston, as both teams will head back out onto the ice as we are about set to get ready for third period action. The Beacons had a little bit of a pushback in that second period. The shots are 31-6 in favor of Colby, but the score only remains 1-0 after a goal in the first period by Beth Simpson. And since then, Colby has maintained dominance for the most part in this game, but once again mentioning a little bit of a pushback at the back half of that second period by the Beacons, as they were able to mount some zone time, had a few good looks, as got to carry that over into this third period. You know, we saw them do a good job of getting the puck down low, working it towards the front of the net. Colby's just doing a really good job of taking away that middle area of the ice in their own net zone, so making it tough for the Beacons to be able to work the puck towards the front of the net cleanly. And when they have, netminder Paige Bolliard has been up to the task. So we'll see what the recipe is for the Beacons going into this third period. And we should also mention that Victoria Kennedy in net, the junior out of Winthrop, Mass, has been spectacular in this one. Already has made 30 saves, keeping the Beacons in it. As you mentioned, Kennedy out of Winthrop, Mass, also the hometown of USA hockey legend Micah Ruzioni, who scored the game winner against the Soviet Union in the 1980 gold medal win for the U.S., the Miracle on Ice game, as it is better known as. So just a cool little tidbit there. As we're about to get set here, we're going to drop the puck for third period action. Both teams lined up, and we're underway as the Beacons win the draw. As Buddington controls it, plays it through the middle, goes past Leonard. Now dumped in by Richard Nolan. Rittenhouse first on it, but Buddington cancels her out. Puck sent to the far side. As pinching in there was Tardisol, but puck went past her. Now goes back to center, dumped right back in though. Buddington reverses it off the kick plate. Shantz plays it up the boards. Nice job by Michard Nolan to keep it in though. Now Karpa sticks that one back in, but Rittenhouse hadn't cleared the zone, so it is an offside. 19:17 left to go. Not a minute into this third period. Face off in the neutral zone. And it'll be Mazzacosa and Hansen on the face-off. Hansen able to win it. That is one of her specialties. Now McDougall with speed. Working on the far wing. Takes it in. Goes around as it's now behind the net on the end boards. Hansen doing a great job. Chips it to the near side. McDougall tried to get it to Giuliano, but puck goes all the way back down. Reifler now back to collect it. Lane bumps her. Puck pops out loose. Now it's chipped out to the point. As that one's batted away, Reifler takes the puck from Brown. Reifler will send it in on Bolyard. She sticks it to the corner. Now Oman swoops in as the official had to avoid the puck there. Now Oman back to get it. Goes D to Brown. Now Lane through the middle. That one goes off the stick of Schreier. Chance for Crepaldi. She's working on the near side wing. That shot goes just wide. Wilbert tosses it back towards the corner. Thomas tried to skate it out, loses her stick as the puck eventually does get back to the neutral zone. Pumping off the play, Abby Wick. Wick fires one towards Kennedy, goes off her shoulder, and Crepaldi sends it back the other way. Studley intercepts that breakout pass. Now Wick, but it's sent back in by Gustafson. Hit the linesman who was right up against the Colby bench there. Now Wick tries to bring it in. Studley able to collect the loose puck off the skates of Leonard. Goes behind the net. Butters battling there. And now it's chipped back out. Hansen tries a stretch pass looking for Kozic, and it will ricochet off of Stanton and in on her netminder Bolyard, who will freeze it for a whistle. 17:23 to go, third period. And once again, the Beacons trying to build on their second half of that second period. Top line remains out there. Hansen able to win the draw. That shot from the point by Buddington deflects off a body in front. Richard Nolan plays it around the boards, but it's kept in by Shantz. Hansen battling in the corner. Is now back the other way. Janice Skova. That one's flipped in. Shantz backhands it to the far side. Leonard swoops in to collect. Tries to play it up. Got knocked down by Kennedy though. Finds its way eventually back to center and back in to the Colby end. Kennedy chips it ahead. Nobody there though, and this will not be icing. I guess it was close enough to the center ice red line. The officials opt not to call the icing. This one goes back the other way, and this will be an icing. So the faceoff will come back to the Beacons' end as another D-zone faceoff for UMass. And the top line out there for the Mules, Rittenhouse and Wilbert on the draw. Rittenhouse able to win it. Reifler tried to come in there and dig that puck out. It was sent back behind the net though. Tied up as Wilbert swoops in. Gets bumped to the end boards by Sendon. That one chipped to the far side. Maggio swoops in to pick it up. Plays it through the middle, goes off Sandin, and we have a penalty here. It's going to be a hold. And I believe it's going to go against Sendon, so the Beacons to the power play. Huge opportunity here for the Beacons. Just about 4 minutes into this third period. The Beacons with their third power play opportunity of the game. So the faceoff will come into the Colby defensive end. So it'll be Wilbert with Gustafson, Kozic, and Boyd and Butters at the point. Wilbert battling on the faceoff, comes in front, saved by Bolyard. The puck goes behind the net. Oh, what a great chance that was for the Beacons. As Bolyard is able to answer. Kozic plays it off a body, and it goes to Boyd, and That one's played into the Colby bench by Maddie Brown, so the faceoff will stay in the Colby end. Yeah, players trying to find the puck on the bench over there, as finally able to find it. So that unit stays out. Wilbert wins the draw. Kozic to Butters, to Boyd. Boyd couldn't handle the pass, and the puck goes to Gustafson down low. Banked off the kick blade. Gustafson battling, able to get it to Wilbert. Wilbert circles, now throws it towards the middle. Butters able to collect it with her skates. Now chipped down low by Kozic. Gustafson swoops in. Wilbert now on the near side. Banks it for Boyd, but pass a little bit too hot for her to handle, and it goes back to the neutral zone and now into the defensive zone as Boyd breaks out. Gustafson enters the zone. Another penalty coming up here to Colby, so a 5-on-3 opportunity. It's going to be a cross check. So we'll see who says it's going to be Tardisol who will step to the box. So a minute 4 of 5-on-3. A golden opportunity as now Hansen is out there with Reifler, McDougall, Shantz, and Buddington at the points. McDougall cuts to the middle. Throws one towards the goal, gets blocked. Shantz throws that one on net, hits the apron of the goal. Behind the net, Hansen. Out top to Buddington. And Buddington couldn't handle the rolling puck as it goes back to center. 40 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. Played ahead. Shantz got it to McDougall. Loses the puck. Reifler steps in, though, able to win the battle. Shantz out of the near side point. D to Buddington. Buddington looks, fires, shoots. That goes just wide. Now McDougall with it. Gets it down low to Hansen. Hansen behind the net. Looking for options. Gets it out to the point to Buddington. Buddington looks towards the goal. Back to Hansen down low. Couldn't handle it. Puck's loose in front. And I believe that was Rittenhouse who was able to find it and send it down the river. And that will kill off the 5-on-3. But the Beacons will still have just under a minute of 5-on-4 as they break out with speed. Shantz gets it to Wilbert, who enters. Gets it back to Shantz. Back to Wilbert. Now in the middle. Leonard throws it on goal. Stick save Bolyard. Another chance by Wilbert. And another save by Bolyard. Puck behind the net. Now out to Butters. She shoots. That one had some mustard on it, but Bolyard able to stay strong. She knocked it down and covered the rebound. So 38 seconds to go on the power play. Beacons have had some good looks here, just haven't been able to execute. Quick face-off is Wilbert able to win it. Gets it to Butters at the point. She backhands it down the kick blade. Wilbert takes a tumble, gets back up. Puck comes now to Boyd on the near side. Boyd chips it down low. Puck takes a funky bounce, and it goes past her and then goes all the way down back to the Beacons' end as Kennedy has to come out and play it. As strong on the forecheck for the Beacons, or excuse me, we're Colby, and back the other way. Final 5 seconds of the power play. Leonard able to find the loose puck. So back to 5-a-side as Tardisol exits the box. That one sent back to the near side. Now swooping around. Brown goes D to Janoskova. Now Marcoux plays it to Karpa. Karpa throws one towards the middle, goes wide. Rittenhouse. That one's shipped down the far side boards. Hansen plays it around the kick blade. Rittenhouse comes in. She wins the puck. Now is tied up against the boards by Hansen. Now played back to the neutral zone. Back to get it is Karpa. Uses her defenseman Omen. Omen plays it as that one's chipped in by Senden. Behind the net, centering pass, and not sure how that one didn't go as Kennedy had her stick out, may have got a piece of it, but I don't think she ever saw it. There's now another chance here. Rittenhouse, nice move. Stays with it. tried to find the streaking defenseman Allman going towards the goal, but once again, Kennedy intercepts the pass and freezes it for a whistle. She has just been outstanding here tonight. Now 32 saves. And the face-off will be to her left. Mazzucosa able to win that face-off from Wilbert. Tartarsall chipped it down low, being battled for behind the net. Lane plays it over to the near side. Richard Nolan. Centering pass. Goes right on the stick of Gustafson. Crepaldi was trying to break the other way. Richard Nolan takes a tumble going into the zone as she goes to the ice, gets back up. That one's tripped all the way back down, no icing. Beacons will make a full change. Approaching the 11-minute mark, just about here, the midway point of the third period. Lane enters, throws one towards the goal, patted away by Kennedy. Butters battling in the corner with Lane. Hansen able to swoop in and take that. Headmans it to the neutral zone, only gets that far. Thomas goes D to D. That one's chipped, but nice play there by Boyd. Now a chance for Kozic. She throws one towards the goal, blockered away. Boyard has made some big saves here in this third period, especially on the power play, 5-on-3 sequence, and then the rest of the 5-on-4 that remained afterwards. She made a couple of big stops for the Mules. Schreier tried to send one towards the middle. It takes a bounce off of a stick and goes up into the netting out of play. 10:22 now to go, third period. And the Beacons, despite being outshot 34-11, are still very much in this hockey game. All they need is one. And need to keep that one on the board. Puck's tied up. Now Maggio with it. Maggio loses it. Swooping in is Schreier. Now Brown throws one towards the goal. Puck pops out loose. Wick came swooping in. Brown tried to play it back in, but it was offside. Maggio back to collect. Maggio chips it off the boards in the middle. Crepaldi enters the zone. Has Wilbert on her left, but Studley comes in and picks her pocket. Tries to play it off the glass. Able to get it to the neutral zone. Comes back to Buddington. Buddington has plenty of time and space. Enters the zone. Buddington shoots, and a glove save by Boyard, as Buddington had plenty of space to work with as Colby was making a change. And a real smart play there by the senior, Addie Buddington, who saw the space in front of her and took it to the net. Beacon's able to win the draw. Buddington stays with it out at the point. Backhands it off the boards. Comes right back out to center though. Kennedy loses the puck. Shantz tries to play it up. Kennedy disrupts that. Shantz fell down but was able to knock the puck with her stick up the ice with one hand. Nice play there by the defenseman. Janiskova plays it to McCoo. Janiskova again. Tries to chip that one in. She's able to. Goes to the corner. Mia Boyd picks it up. Rifles it around the kick blade. And a nice play there by Janiskova to keep it in. Now it does go back to the neutral zone as the Beacons will make a change. Chipped in behind the net. Mia Boyd hits Kozic on the wing. Nice move by Kozic. Sends it off of the skate of Sendin. She's able to find the loose puck though. Back to the red line. Sent in. Nice play by Wilbert, stealing the puck. Wilbert tries to center for Kozic. And a nice play there by Tartarsall. It was a good position. Centering pass. Kozic tips it just wide. Tries to bank it off the apron back towards the front of the goal, and it did not work. Now back the other way comes Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse with speed. into the zone. Takes it to the outside, throws it on goal, saved by Kennedy. Now another chance, and they score! Joe Tartarsol, the defenseman, came swooping in at the end and was able to knock it home. Off the second chance opportunity, and it's 2-0. So 2 goals from freshmen tonight for the Mules. And it's now 2-0 with just 7:57 to go. So the Beacons digging themselves into a further hole here. And there's another good effort by Kennedy. She made the initial save, but the puck came out that around where the hash marks were at the top of the circle. And it was a great shot. Reifler sends it in. Banked off the boards. Hansen swoops in. Back to reverse it is Shantz for Buddington. Now Hansen exits the zone, plays it off the boards. Gives it away as they'll change up. Ullman hits Lane. Wick enters the zone but got disrupted by Wilbert. Now Boyd leaves it off for Wilbert. Wilbert now to Crepaldi on the wing. Puck bounces off her stick. Now Studley picks it up, chips it off the boards. Nice play by Studley. And she gets around Wilbert and takes it behind the net. Nice effort there by Studley. Now centering pass. Puck comes out to the point. Shot on net, goes just wide. Puck still loose. Diving back was Kennedy, as I don't think it got on net, but a good effort by the goaltender. Schreier throws it towards goal, blocked by Wilbert. Another chance thrown on goal and gloved by Kennedy, and she'll hold it for a whistle. So for Joe Tartarsol, that is also her first career collegiate goal. So her and Simpson will remember those two tonight as each getting their first career collegiate goal. The freshman getting on the board. Kennedy disrupts that pass. Stays in the zone, but now a chance the other way. Hansen with speed out of the defensive end. Now brings it in. Leonard cuts to the middle. Leonard stays with it. Swooping in is Maggio. She picks up the loose puck. Tried to center it, goes off his skate. Kozic stays with it. Out top to Leonard, tees one up. Hits a body out towards the circles and goes to the near side half wall. That one's chipped up ahead. Back to Maggio. Maggio try to play it through the neutral zone, but right onto the stick of Kennedy. And that one's played by Giuliano back as Stanton will collect it. McDougall gets it to Reifler. Reifler thought she had Wilbert, but Wilbert was looking towards the zone. So a miscommunication there. Shantz brings it in. Chips it off the boards, and now it's back the other way. Rittenhouse, a 2-on-1 opportunity perhaps, has Karpa going to the net. Rittenhouse waits, looks for Karpa, shot, and they score! Great play there, Rittenhouse to Karpa, and Kennedy got a piece of it, but not enough as it goes into the back of the net, and it's 3-0. Colby with 5:08 to go in the third. And just a really nice play there, Rittenhouse with a great feed. Got it to McKinley Karpa, the senior from Ipswich, Mass. Able to knock that home and make it a 3-0 game. Beacon's able to win the ensuing face-off. That one's played off the near side boards. Lane, as Butters tried to play it up, goes off of Lane's stick. Now another chance in front. Maricosa right on the doorstep. Puck bounced over her stick though. Colby stays with it. Shot from the point gets blocked. And that one comes back out to center, so the Mules have to tag up. Boyd plays it off the near side half wall. And they're going to to say it was offside. So the face-off in the neutral zone with 4:36 to go. And now the shots at 38-13 in favor of Colby College. They have really played almost a complete game here this afternoon. As looking for more, that one's thrown on goal. And if not for Victoria Kennedy, this lead might be larger. As Butters now with it. Banks it to the near side. Kozic gets it to Leonard. Leonard brings it in, but Wilbert just a step ahead offside. So the face-off in the neutral zone. And just an afternoon of frustration for the Beacons. They've had looks, they've had chances. It's just not able to execute those chances. They've had a couple of 2-on-1s, a couple of chances on the power play, some good looks. Just haven't been able to finish. Schreier takes it around, cuts to the middle, throws it a backhander. Nice blocker save by Kennedy. Didn't know where the puck was. It was up in the air. As that one goes to the far side corner. Maggio. Bump Schreier. Hansen now gets in there. She chips it ahead. McDougall plays it with one hand to the red line, and she'll go off for a change. As taking a spill there was Studley. Wick picks it up, leaves it off for Schreier. She shoots off the post. That was a great shot. And that one goes in on Kennedy, and she covers for a whistle. And Colby is smelling the blood in the water here as they are all over the Beacons in the final 5 minutes of this third period. As they're trying to put it away for good. Never say never, but tall task for the Beacons to come back here for just 3 minutes. As back the other way, here comes Stanton. As Gustafson goes to the ice, Stanton tries to center it. Can't, as Shantz plays it up. Gustafson tries to chip it out, can't. Now Buddington plays it for Crepaldi. Crepaldi trying to find Gustafson, and that one got disrupted by Stanton. Buddington heads off for a change as Beacons try to establish a forecheck as Stanton comes out with the loose puck. Stanton, it's on the wing as that one's sent cross ice. Goes behind the net. Boyd reverses it for Butters. Butters up for Leonard on the far wing. Nice play there by Michard Nolan as she avoided the forechecker, as now that one's sent in on goal, chipped away by Boyard. Boyd sends it around the kick plate. Approaching the 2-minute mark here of the third period. Puck being battled for on the far corner. That one shot goes wide, deflected on the shot from the point by Claire Giuliano. Back the other way, a 3-on-2. Karpa, as Rittenhouse tried to send her in on a breakaway, but Karpa couldn't handle the pass and then lost an edge and went to the ice. Leonard now tries to headman it up, gets it to center. Richard Nolan, Karpa, plenty of space, walks in, shoots, save Kennedy, rebound, gets sticked away by Kennedy. Karpa stays with it though. Now Sendin finds the loose puck. Janastrova. Behind the net, Boyd. Banks it off the boards. Reifler. Gives it ahead for Wilbert. Wilbert shoots it. It got disrupted, and losing her stick was Janastrova. Puck played up, McDougall, as we're in the final minute of this third period. Sent in by Reifler. Janastrova plays it up. Now back the other way. Mazzucosa turned it over. 3-on-2 chance here. The defenseman, Shawns, gets it to Hansen, who gets tripped up going to the net. And the officials aren't going to bother to call that. In the final 20 seconds, puck being battled for on the far side. Gustafson try to play it out to the point. Final 10 seconds. And that will do it for this one. As Maggio, one last pass up to the neutral zone, and that will end it. So Paige Bolyard, the sophomore, gets the shutout. And she has still not allowed a goal yet this season. Only 2 games for Colby, but that's got to feel good for the netminder, as the Beacons will fall in the Codfish Bowl. So they will play Nazareth in the consolation game tomorrow. Still not sure the times of those games, but in an effort where there were spurts for the Beacons, they had some chances. Just talking about the finish, they couldn't really figure out how to finish some of the chances they had. And when they did, Paige Bolyard was up to the task. But a great performance by Victoria Kennedy, who really kept the Beacons in this game from wire to wire. And she did a great job making some big saves, making 40 on the afternoon. But the final score is the Colby College Mules 3 and the UMass Boston Beacons nothing. We're going to step aside for a brief break, and we'll be back to wrap up our broadcast here, go over the scoring summary and the statistics for the third period, and then we'll thank everybody on our productions team here tonight. Once again, Andrew Bluestein here with you. We'll be back on the Beacons Broadcast Network.
Division III allows you to give yourself to other things.
Having that free time allows me to pursue the things that I want to pursue.
Division III athletics affords students the opportunity to, engage in the other interests in their campus and in their lives outside of that sport.
It allows you to just be able to do everything you want to do. I wouldn't change it for the world.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and I know how powerful words can be. The term gay doesn't mean stupid, lame, or less than.
So I pledge to speak up if I hear the term gay used in a derogatory way or any other homophobic terms.
If you can play in Division III.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and my teammates unconditionally accepted me as part of their family. So now I pledge to do the same for others. If you can play in Division III.
What separates UMass Boston from other schools is the fact that a large percentage of students commute. For me, it takes 2 hours each day to go to and from school, but every second has been worth it because the students that come here are serious about learning, they value their education, and understand where it'll take them in the future. This is what UMass Boston means to me.
Moving from Turkey, it was a rough journey for me because when you don't really speak the language that well and when you don't really fit in the crowd, it's very easy to disappear. But I decided not to give up, and UMass helped me.
UMass Boston was my first choice because when I came to the campus, I saw that there was a lot of diversity. There's a lot of people. Here there's a lot of international students, so it's really cool to meet people from different countries, different parts of the world. I'm Julia Murphy. I'm from Canton, Massachusetts.
I'm Olivia Murphy. I'm from Canton, Massachusetts.
We're sisters.
We're sisters.
I play volleyball and she plays basketball. Here they have a freshman success community. So each major has their own community that you can join as a freshman, and you take classes with them, you do study groups with them. So it was really helpful getting to know people in your major right away.
So in health exercise sciences, we have an internship at the end, or it's so much better to have an advisor helping you out, telling you which classes to choose.
People at UMass Boston, they're here because they know they can have an impact, not just on research, but on people and their students.
This is just a starting point. It only has potential to grow, and it has a big potential to grow up.
You're really having a direct impact on people's lives, and you can see that now, and you can see that years from now.
So I think it's becoming like the place that people want to go.
What UMass Boston is able to offer to its young people certainly stands out to that mission that was set right out in the beginning. It's something UMass Boston should be and can be very proud about.
Andrew Bluestein here, back with you inside Edward T. Berry Ice Rink, just to wrap things up here for today's broadcast. Final scoring summary. Colby gets goals from Lane Simpson, Simpson getting her first collegiate goal, rather. Tartarsall also getting her first collegiate goal. The freshman from Carpa. Lane assisted on the first goal from Simpson. Carpa gets the final goal on a great feed by Rittenhouse on a 2-on-1, and that's where we end with the scoring here today. Beacons just got stymied and weren't able to capitalize on opportunities. As we now look at the final stats of this one, as shots 41-15 in favor of Colby. As we mentioned, Victoria Kennedy was outstanding, making a number of saves today. 38, in fact, 15 on the other side for Bulliard for Colby. Face-offs, as you see, the Beacons kind of did catch up a little bit at the end, 36-24. Colby won that. And then the power plays, neither team could really capitalize on the power play. Both teams had plenty of chances, including one 5-minute major that started with a 5-on-3 as well for Colby. They couldn't capitalize on that. And then the Beacons had a 5-on-3 of their own and weren't able to capitalize it. And that's where we end today. And before we wrap up, just want to thank our entire productions team here. They did a great job, everyone on camera, graphics, and anything else that I missed, I apologize if I did. But for the last time here, it is the 15th annual Codfish Bowl. The Beacons will play Nazareth tomorrow in the consolation game, the championship game between Colby and Bowdoin, who won in overtime earlier. Final score, once again, Colby College Mules 3, the UMass Boston Beacons nothing. For Andrew Bluestein on the Beacons Broadcast Network, signing off. Enjoy the rest of your evening.